Alright, this is Block 2, Section 2, Hawaii. When you look at a map of the United States, the 50th state, Hawaii, seems to be somewhat out of place. It's 3,000 miles from California. It's a heck of a long airplane flight to get there. It was not settled by white settlers like the rest of the United States. It is both literally and figuratively an outlier. So much of an outlier that it's not even on this map of the United States. I mean, to get Hawaii is a long way away, and you really kind of have to slide over. The distance between Hawaii and California is about the same distance as between California and New Jersey. It's a long way away. How this territory became American is something of an interesting story. Since the Civil War, the United States had an interest in Asia. American merchants were working in China by 1820. As you should have learned last year, Commodore Matthew Perry opened up Japan in 1858. Hawaii was discovered by Europeans in 1778 by Captain Cook and became an important stopping point for American trade between California and Japan. The Pacific Ocean is very big, folks. You get a sense of it here. But American ships from California to Japan would stop in Hawaii. It's the largest island chain in that part of the Pacific Ocean, has the most room to build a community with supplies and, stores, and then ships would continue on to Japan and into China. It wasn't only resupply that Hawaii became known for. Hawaii was a major sugar producer, and into Hawaii, now Hawaii natives lived in Hawaii. There was a native culture living in Hawaii. Americans kind of moved in, set up stores, set up businesses, set up communities, and then American merchants and large-scale businessmen became coming in. By 1875, a treaty between the United States and the Kingdom of Hawaii gave American businessmen the ability to sell sugar in the United States. American businessmen could grow sugar in Hawaii and then sell it back in the United States. And money that came into Hawaii from that, part of that money would be taxed to go to the Hawaiian government. So that's what the Hawaiian government gets. American merchants sell sugar in the United States, and then the Hawaiian government can tax those merchants and get some money. In return from this independent Hawaiian government, the independent Hawaiian government promised that it would not make any treaties with any other foreign countries. Hawaii was going to be run by Americans, and that the Hawaiian government, the independent Hawaiian government, was not going to be giving any favors or allowances to other European countries. That was done by President Grover Cleveland. In 1887, that was President Rutherford B. No, that was President Grant. In 1887, a renewed treaty gave the United States the right to build a naval base at Pearl Harbor, which is over here. Right there. That's going to be Pearl Harbor. Now, these American businessmen began to dominate Hawaiian politics. In 1891, a Hawaiian queen by the name of Liliuokalani came to the throne and attempted to get rid of the American influence over her country. She tore up the Hawaiian Constitution and attempted to rule as an absolute monarch. The president at the time was Grover Cleveland. A lot of people said to President Cleveland, American businessmen especially, said, President Cleveland, you have to go annex Hawaii, get it out of the hands of this crazy woman ruler who wants to tear up constitutions and rule by personal fiat. President Cleveland was not so much of an expansionist, and he kind of sat on his hands. However, just like the case of the Bear Flag Revolt in the 1840s and of the Texan Revolt in the 1830s, American settlers took matters into their own hands. And in 1892, American residents of Hawaii, with the help of some U.S. Marines that were conveniently stationed nearby, rebelled against Liliuokalani and overthrew her, replaced her with a Hawaiian ruler that was more congenial to their interests. So there was an American uprising without the support of the American government. It was American residents of Hawaii, with some help from Marines, overthrew the Hawaiian government, and the settlers set up their own government. There was still a Hawaiian king, but at this point he had no power. The recognition of this came swiftly from the United States. But the annexation itself, the actual fact that Hawaii became part of the United States, did not happen until 1898. Questions over imperialism made it so that no one could quite agree with what to do with this territory that had been taken over by American settlers who had established their own government. But in the end, in 1898, Hawaii was annexed and became an American territory. It would stay an American territory for 61 years until it became the 50th and final state in 1959. So as you see again, America is becoming active in the world. That Americans are planting the flag, setting up businesses, trying to have their way in areas many, many thousands of miles away. There's Hawaii right there. Many, many thousands of miles away from the United States proper.